Hello, our topic is learning about our government. Learning about our government, the important things we learn about our government, the way they work for us, the way the government is accountable to us, and we are the government. First of all, let's look at the meaning of government. Government is a group of people who has the power to rule a country or a state. What is government? So, what is government? Where do we build roads and schools? The government decides. Can we make more electricity and build more dams? The government decides. Who runs the trains and the postal service? The government. Who trains the army and protects Nigeria from outside attacks? The government. Who decides what punishment is to be given to murderers and robbers? The government. And who has to help people when there is an earthquake or tsunami or flood? The government. A government is a system of controlling a state or a country. A government has rules that all people living in it must follow. The government decides how the state or the country works. So just think and discuss. Think and discuss. The government has to look after the country. So try and write 3 things that you think are the most important tasks of government. Have you written? Okay. What is government? Levels of government. Levels of government. Now, the government has to manage the whole country. Think of the size of our country. It is very big with so many people. Okay, Nigeria is a very big country with population of over 200 million people. So for the government to manage the country effectively, okay, there's bound to be different theme, different levels in order to manage both the states, the local government, and even the the federal government. So the federal government is the bigger team, okay, while the local government are smaller teams. So the smaller teams look into smaller picture of smaller things in the community. So let's look at the different levels of government. First is the central government, which is known as the federal government. The team that works for the whole country overall is at the central level, that is the federal government. They have to take decisions keeping the whole country in mind. So the biggest decisions and policies are from there. Now, central government, here are examples of what the central government does. Here are examples of what the central or the federal government decides, how Nigeria will behave with other countries, or what tax the people of Nigeria will pay, and what national highways are needed. The best currency type, paper notes or coins, what to do if there is an earthquake, how to manage the borders with so many different countries. Now we have the state government. The country is divided into many states, and each state has a separate government, like 36 states of Nigeria. The state government has to look at what the federal government has decided, and then keeping that in mind, decide details for their own states. Here are examples of what the state government decides. Now, how to build roads and railways to connect major cities in the state, what textbooks to make for the student, what local festivals are to be celebrated. Okay, local governments. Local government. The state has districts, villages, towns, and cities. Now, cities have lots of people, towns, and there are smaller villages. Okay, even there are some villages that are even smaller. Now, the needs of each are different. Each has a different government to look after the details. This is called the local government. Here are the examples of what the local government decides: building parks, libraries, flyovers, and town. Now, what states used to put up at various crossroads are names for streets, collection and disposing of trash, naming of houses, building of local markets. Think and discuss. What level of government will this decision be taken at? Is it at the central, that's the federal government level, the state, or the local government? That is maintaining peaceful relations with Russia or any country. Building a children's park and a walking track in an area, is it the job of the federal, the state, or the local government? Okay, to build a well in common area of a village, changing decisions on the design of 500 naira notes. Okay, adding a new tax in the country, giving all the farmers free seeds to grow their crops. Whose decision is it? The federal, the state, or the local government? Changing scholarship examinations. So let's look at the functions of government. Functions of government. In government, the people have some expectations in their leaders, okay? Especially in a democratically elected government. So they believe good functions of government will improve their lives. Citizens' lives are improved with what government offers them because they have to give up some freedom, and whatever the government offers improves their life. Let's look at this quote by Abraham Lincoln. The legitimate object of government is to do for a community of people whatever they need to have done but cannot do at all, or cannot so well do for themselves in their separate and individual capacities. So let's look at the four functions of government: to keep order, to manage foreign relations, provide services, create public policies. The government manages courts to administer justice. Second, government manages international relations. This means taking and making international agreements and diplomatic relations. Then the military force to provide security. Third, government provides services. These include schools, libraries, fire departments, roads, parks, garbage collection, recycling program, water, food inspection, water inspection, postal service, and many others. In addition, government serves people in need with programs such as social security, health care, housing assistance, and foodstuff. Fourth, government provide public policies to manage problems. Most of these functions include environmental law to protect the environment and reduce pollution, economic policy to prevent a recession, and zoning regulations to prevent residential houses to be closed from factories. This is in essence to help curb some problems which some individuals could create, which might be very large for even the government to overcome. Clean environment is very important because the kids will not be polluted. But an environment where you have lots of factories, the pollution from such a factory will be too much and it's not good for families. So government puts in place laws to protect the families from having clean air. So government helps to improve the quality of life of its citizens. Thank you for joining in learning about our government. Hope you found this resource educative. Thanks for watching and please be good.